So, hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today we are doing my February wrap-up. And yeah, I read 15 books and yeah, it went pretty okay and I'm actually really happy about how it went, even though not all of them are like highly rated, but no like terrible books. So let's just start. So before we start, I want to say if you want more in-depth thoughts, I usually try and give more thoughts in my vlogs. So you can check out like any of my February vlogs and you will get mostly more in-depth things. So the first book that I finished was 99% Mine. This is about a girl, I think her name is Darcy. Basically, she has a twin brother, and when they were younger, they saw this kid across the street, and basically, the brother jumped the chance to make him basically his best friend. But she has always had this crush on him, and basically, when her brother and herself basically gets the opportunity to basically renovate their grandmother's house and sell it, then they jump to the chance and do that, and the one that is going to help them is this guy. I think his name is Tom. And basically she's there and she wants to basically switch places with her brother so that he becomes hers, because she has always had a crush on him. So I gave this 4 stars, and I think the reason is I did not have high expectations, but also I have also not read The Hating Game. I overall really enjoyed the romance, and yeah, I didn't have high expectations, and I think I liked it more because I didn't. So overall it went perfect. The next book I read was Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. And in this one we are basically following Josh and Hazel. And basically they met years ago and then they meet again later. And basically what happens is that they set each other up on dates to kind of, find someone for them, but these dates are terrible and they always end up together at the end. So I gave it 4.5 stars, really enjoyed it, and yeah, there is like one trope in here that a lot of people don't like. I don't particularly hate it, so yeah, but it's just something that some people don't like. I don't have kind of a harsh opinion on this, so yeah, I overall really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to read more from Christina Lauren. I was a little afraid because I love the On Honeymooners, but this one was really good. Then I read Daisy Jones and the Six, and in this one we are basically following a band called the Six, and then also Daisy Jones. And basically Daisy Jones and the Six used to be a band back in the 60s. Was it 60s or 80s? Something in those lines. And basically here you get an interview styled book, basically where they tell this reporter how basically the band was formed, but then also why things ended. So yeah, I gave it 5 stars. This is a reread for me. I would really recommend listening to an audiobook, but also I would recommend having like a physical copy or a Kindle copy to follow along, just because the first time they say who is talking, but then afterwards you don't know. And yeah, another thing I really enjoy is that you get kind of a telling of something that happened through multiple people. So, you know, it is a little like some people tell it that way and another person tell it that way. So it's, yeah, you get different perspectives on it. Then I read The Warlord Wants Forever, and in this one we are following this guy. And he is I think he's a vampire, and he meets this girl that he likes. Yeah. It's a really short story, I don't know what to even say, but to be completely honest, if you are going to read this series, then start with this. I feel like this is a great short thing that kind of will, if you don't like this first book, I don't think you will like the next either. So this is kind of a, let's call it an introduction to the story. So I definitely recommend reading this one first. I give it 3 stars. So I didn't particularly love this, but I, you know, continued on. And this is for like podcast book. So, you know, this is just something that I will continue on. They are not like, this is not a new favorite series. I didn't love this first book, but it was okay. Then I read Kolte, and we are following Sal, and Sal is a soccer star. And basically, they get a new trainer, and he is basically Rainer Kolte, and he is a famous football player from Germany. And basically, yeah, Sal used to love Kolte when she was younger, and then things happened, and she kind of didn't like him after everything. So, yeah, I loved it. Love this book, 5 stars. It's, yeah, I just love this book. So yeah, it's the typical Mariana Zapata style book with the slow burn romance. It's like 500 pages of slow, and yeah. Then I read A Hunger Like No Other, and in this one we are following a like half, I think she's a half vampire and he's a werewolf, possibly, and they fall in love. And yeah, I give it 3 stars. This is the like first book in this series. The first one was The Warlord Wants Forever. It had the kind of same like themes. I am going to call it that. They had the same themes, both A Hunger Like No Other and The Warlord Wants Forever. So if you want to read something short to see if you like A Hunger Like No Other, start with The Warlord Wants Forever and see. If you don't like that, I doubt that you will like this, because they have the same themes and they're like not like built up the same way, but they do have the same themes. So yeah. Then I read The Babysitter, and in this one we are basically following this, I don't know if it's college or if it's just in a writing group. Basically, he writes erotic books, and he's also a babysitter, and it's, yeah, I give it 3 stars. This is really short. It was good for what it was supposed to do, you know. And yeah, it's not the best thing I have read, but yeah. And then I read Scoring Wilder, and in this one we are following this girl. She's also playing soccer. And basically, they also get a visit from a favorite soccer player called Wilder. And basically, this is a little more fast-paced than Kolte. I give it 4 stars. yeah, it was a little bit more fast-paced. I just felt like, yeah, I don't know. There was like a few things that I didn't like love about it, but overall, I really enjoyed it. Then I read All Your Perfects, and this one we are following two timelines. And it's basically following this married couple. And we are following them when they met, how they met, and now years later where they are struggling in their marriage because of different things. And basically, it's basically, are they going to like divorce, or are they going to keep on trying? I give it 5 stars. I cried. And yeah, it was overall really, really good. And I can't wait to read more Colin Hoover and hope that I like them. Then I read Lingus, and in this one, we are following Kat. And basically, Kat loves porn. And basically, she and her friend goes to a porn convention where he meets this guy called Lingus. And basically, they have a really good chemistry. And yeah, it's typical Mariana Zapata style. And I give it 5 stars. Not like my favorite one, but I really liked this. And yeah, it was a reread, so I knew I was going to like it, but yeah. Then we have Lion A Long Way Home, and this is a non-fiction basically about this guy called Saru. And basically when he was young, he basically got lost from his brother and then took a train in India, like miles and miles and miles, and ended up in this city where he basically was found by Children's Service, is that the name? And was adopted to a family in Australia, where he lived until he was like 30, before he decided to go back to India to kind of find his mother and siblings. So yeah, it was really good. I didn't give it a rating because it's someone's life, but it was really, really good, and I can't wait to. There's a movie that I really want to watch from this, so. Then I read A Study in Charlotte, and in this one we are following Watson. I don't remember his first name. But basically, he is the ancestor of Watson from Sherlock Holmes, and Charlotte is the ancestor of Sherlock Holmes. And basically, they meet each other at this school. And basically what happens is that they get dragged into this murder and almost framed for the murder. So they need to figure out what is going on. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it, a really fast-paced book. And yeah, it was really, really good. Then I read A Little Life, and this is basically about 4 people who live in Manhattan, and we are following them from like their 20s to their like 50s. And we are especially like surrounding this person called Jude. And Jude has he has had a horrible upbringing, and he is really struggling. And you kind of try to figure out what has happened to him. I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. I mean, I was supposed to feel much more love for this. It didn't happen because I got to like the halfway point and I didn't shed a tear. What I want to say, check out the trigger warnings. I was really happy that even though I don't have any triggers, I checked out the trigger warnings, and I was really glad that I did, so I knew what kind of was going to happen, or not like know what was going to happen, but I knew what was coming. And yeah, didn't cry. I was a little angry. I specifically said all these things in the vlog that I talked about this because I was really angry. Then I read Take a Selfie Seriously by Sorella Moore. And this one is basically like a hand guide to pictures. Like, if you just want to have a book with you to kind of take self-portraits. And yeah, I mean, if you don't want to watch a lot of videos to kind of figure out this information, because maybe you are going to you are at the place where you are going to take a selfie or self-portrait, but you can't watch a video to see. This is a great thing. Yeah, but if you want to, learn more, then watch Sorella Moore's videos. I mean, self-portraits, she's like really good at that. So yeah. Then I read Sea of Strangers. And this is a poetry book. And it's basically about, like love and then kind of getting over it and a lot of different things. I gave these 4 stars. I actually really resonated with this book. I was so much good things in here that I loved. So yeah. So that was actually all the books that I have read. And they were, like, a lot of them were good. A lot of them was like a little miss, but overall they were really good. And I really loved the books that I have read this month. But yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next time for another one. Bye!